Hello and welcome to another edition of Molly's Garage. This week I want to talk about essential tools, that is tools that are essential for maintaining your Porsche. So we'll kick off with the first two most important tools of all, and the first one is WD-40. Now you'll find that a lot of things on your car will be tight, rusty, things like radio knobs. Spray all that in, that'll loosen it up lovely. The opposite of that, of course, is when you have anything that's come loose, like an exhaust bracket, for example, gaffer tape. That's what you want. That's what you want. Those two items are going to cover 90% of any of your issues with your Porsche on a daily basis. One of the other things to think about is as Porsches have got more technologically advanced now, there's a lot of electrics in there, a lot of control systems across the car, and they can go faulty. You can get warning lights, all sorts of weird things going on. So the best thing for that, keep in your dash a good hammer. So any problems with lights coming on or your radio not working, give it a good whack and you'll probably find that sorts that out, like your dad used to hit on top of the TV. So yeah, just kidding, of course. You wouldn't use a metal hammer for that sort of thing. It's ridiculous, obviously. You use a rubber one, so always use a rubber one. So problems with the ECU, whack, and that'll free all that up. Car will run fantastic. So yeah, that's that. Also, you obviously need some spanners in the car. So I always use one of these. Adjustable spanner. This is a metric one. That's what I'd advise. You can get AF and Whitworth. You won't use that so much. There's not so much of that on the Porsches, especially unless you have an older one. So get a metric one, and that'll do most of the jobs on the car for removing anything from it. Anything, if you have any some really tight nuts or anything like that, I'd start with getting some loose boxer shorts first. If that doesn't do the job, some of these beauties, and then you can really get on those nuts and free them up nicely. Other things to keep in your car, on the older cars, DME relays, really common to go. So keep one of those in the car, and also, as you probably know, keep yourself a spare camshaft. So if that snaps as you're driving, you can slide that one out, slide this one back in. That's always a good idea. And then of course the other thing is inevitably, especially on the older cars and some of the 991 GT3s, the car's going to burst into flames at some point. So make sure that you've got a fire extinguisher ready for that occasion. And then you might still be here to tell the tale and live. So those are just some of the basics to keep in your car. I would keep those in a bag in the front, along with some gloves and your Vaseline that you carry around with you and the rope, and that'll cover most of the eventualities. Keep your car running great, and yeah, so there we go. So hope that was informative. I'll see you next week.